Hi everybody, my name is Brittney Gray. I'm owner and stylist at Beach Vibes Beauty Studio here at Salon Republic, Hermosa Beach. Today I have my beautiful model Ashley here and we are going to do a curly haircut on her. So are you excited?
Definitely.
Okay, so let's get started now. So during my process, I oil the hair down before I detangle it so that way you do not damage the hair because curly hair is so fragile. The tighter the curl, the more fragile it's gonna be. So we're gonna oil her hair, I'm gonna detangle it, then we're gonna do a dry haircut. I'm gonna wash her hair and then I'm gonna put some product in her hair and send her on her way. I like to lubricate the hair first because, you know, like I said, curly hair is just so fragile. And this is so important because if you're going to detangle it while it's dry, it needs to have some sort of moisture to it. So this just makes the process a little bit more gentle on the hair and then also more gentle on the client's scalp. Anytime you detangle your hair, I'm using a wet brush, so the bristles of this brush flex over any knots. So when you hear it, it might sound like it's very harsh on the hair, but it's actually very gentle, and I prefer to use this over a wide tooth comb sometimes when the hair is dry, just because it can be just a little bit more gentle. It gets the job done faster. Miss Powell, okay? I remember you, girl. You called me Whitney Houston thinking that it was cute and that I would be flattered by it, but I went home and I cried. Sorry, this video is getting weird. Confession of a traumatized hairstylist. Miss Powell, you gave me a complex about my curly hair, okay? Calling me Whitney Houston in kindergarten. I was leaving, it was like the end of the day. You know, eventually the natural hair movement came along and I learned to embrace it, and I'm so grateful for having, see, the beautiful thing about curly hair is that, yes, it's curly, it's beautiful, and it's so unique, but you also have the versatility of straightening it. You know, it's hard to go from straight to this kind of curly. You know, you're talking about you need to get a wig. You're in wig status at that point, or you need to, you know, so it's so versatile and just, it's worth all of the effort. So when you're dealing with curly hair, when you're cutting curly hair, you actually do not always have to use texturizing shears. Of course, it depends on the type of curl that you are working with and the density of the client's hair, but for this hair, for instance, you don't need to texturize because when you texturize too much, her hair doesn't need it because some curls are already gonna bounce in and some are gonna stay out a little bit more, and so it's almost like the hair is already texturized naturally. This is one of my philosophies. Each curl has its own life, you know, each curl has its own personality. So some curls, they want to bounce up and be super springy and tight. Some curls, they want to be, you know, and they change every day, right? You know, sometimes you wake up and your curl is loose, sometimes it's tight, sometimes it's just, you know, so that's why I like to just brush all the hair out and then cut it that way as opposed to cutting each individual curl as is, because, you know, you never know how your curls, what your curls are going to want to do when you wake up. And so you have to treat all the curls equally. After, you know, when you're done cutting curly hair, you can kind of step back and look at the shape. And like, to me, this is framing her face and making her look like a glowing angel. So that's how I know that the haircut is complete. So we are going to shampoo her hair and then I'm gonna bring her back and then put some product in it. So you can come. Okay, so I just finished Ashley's haircut. I'm just gonna double check my work, cross check her haircut, make sure it's all nice and even, and then I might wet it down a little bit more because The trick to having your best curls is working with wet hair and then using product, okay? So that is what we're gonna do now. So I prefer using curl creams over gels or mousses because creams are going to be hydrating to the hair as they are defining the curls. So from there, I like to, sometimes, you know, you can just wash and go and leave the hair like that, but sometimes I like to take little pieces of little pieces of hair and then just twist them because that helps to define the curl and make it look more like that versus like that. We're all done with Ashley's hair, so I detangled her hair right after I oiled it down. We did a dry haircut, we shampooed, we conditioned, and then I applied a curl cream and twisted her hair, and she is just going to go home and air dry just like this. And if you have more of a fine hair texture or less density, then you can use a diffuser, and that's just gonna give you more volume and bigger hair. And I don't know about you watching or you, but I love big hair, okay? There's a time and a place for a small hair, and there's a time and a place for big hair, okay? That's probably stupid, but whatever. So if you have any questions regarding hair, then feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram at Brittney Gray. And other than that, follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/BrittneyGray. And thank you, Ashley, for coming in today and letting me do your beautiful hair. It was so exciting for me. You have no idea. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.